how this company took Insta by storm and built a multi-million-dollar floral business. Let's dive into Venus Et Fleur. What's up, everyone? Sean Azari here. I'm with Matt Skopak.
What's going on, everyone?
Welcome to Deep Dive episode 27. I had to actually look over there just because I kind of forgot. Where we dive into businesses like Venus Et Fleur and dive into their marketing business strategies such that you can take away these business strategies and implement them into your brand and start scaling away.
Yes.
So this brand was founded, actually give a little context before we get into it.
Founded in 2015, New York City by Sunny and Seema. I guess couple first met, sending flowers. They have a nice little romantic story, how they weren't happy with Sunny wasn't happy with the flowers he sent Seema. So they thought of an idea how to send and receive flowers that are perfect every time, and in addition, last for eternity. Well, in this case, just a year. But
it could last more than a year, they say.
They could, yeah. People say 3 years if kept in the right circumstances. But really what it is a upscale luxury brand that's really influenced Instagram and celebrities. And they are basically from Ecuador, which is the perfect place to grow roses just because closeness, proximity to the equator. And they basically pluck them at the correct time. They bleach out the color of the rose, and then they basically inject or dye the rose with this wax-based formula and the special color, whatever it might be, blue, purple, red, or silver, anything. And basically that preserves the flower to last for a very long time. And then from there, they ship it worldwide. So anyone and everyone could get perfect flowers that last basically an eternity or a year. So great concept. Totally put the floral industry turned it upside down.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to talk about it.
I actually want to add more context. I mean, another reason why I love this brand, we actually have mutual friends that know the co-founders as well. And I see it everywhere since they blew up on social media, which we'll get into some of their growth tactics, minus their story. And I love how all these brands have stories. Great PR, right? The boyfriend sent flowers to the girlfriend. Yep. And they were doing a long distance relationship. The flowers didn't end up looking like as it was pictured, and all of a sudden, they got an idea. No, they just had they found their idea. They probably traveled and said, you know what, this is a great opportunity.
Guys, girls, note to self: do not get flowers from gas stations. You get them from Venus Et Fleur. It's a mistake. Don't do it.
So now I see them everywhere. It's literally a statement. It's like awesome. Having Louie Vuitton, wearing
I just purchased them probably, I think, a month and a half ago.
You're so beat.
Oh my God! See, here we go. Sean's gonna purchase them in the next month.
So I mean, they're very expensive. They built a brand. Let's just call it the Louie Vuitton Gucci of flowers, right? Yes. And they're really powerful on e-commerce, social media, and so forth. So with that said, I think we're gonna dive into number one.
Yeah, you kick us off. Let's go.
Number one. Use upcoming birthdays and other segmentation properties to narrow down your audience and serve better creatives. So what Venus Et Fleur does is, delivering or giving flowers to someone is great for birthdays, great for anniversaries, great for saying I'm sorry. It's great for almost every type of occasion, as long as you give people that idea. It's like, oh, this is a great gift. So if I was looking at their ad library, and you'll see creatives for upcoming birthdays. So you actually could create an audience and say, hey, if you have a friend that's having a birthday coming up, a friend that you're friends with.
So wait, let's step. What do you mean by audience? So they can group on Facebook or Instagram, and they see that, hey, one of their friends on Facebook has a birthday coming up. Okay.
Right? Like say next 3 weeks. Yep. And then you could serve not the actual person's birthday, but the friend who's their birthday's coming up.
Of course.
Although some of us have thousands of friends that you don't know, but this still doesn't matter, right? It's like, hey, this is the perfect gift for your friend's birthday, blah, blah, blah. So you're giving people an idea, and that's a great way of, coming up with creatives, narrow down the audience and so forth. They also did it with anniversaries, like great anniversary gift. You could create audiences based on upcoming anniversaries. Facebook knows based on data that you give them.
Relationship status.
Exactly. Yep. So try to segment your audience, leverage data such as, or create audiences for like upcoming birthdays, anniversaries, and so forth, and give people that idea that this is the perfect gift for you.
So this is
them.
This is a great idea, especially for companies or brands that have products that make great gifts. This is just another way that you could maybe promote advertisements on Facebook by targeting upcoming birthdays or upcoming anniversaries. So I love it. Great idea.
You better love it. Like I like the beer.
So number 2, create a gift section on your website to boost holiday and special event sales. So this is something that we saw on the Venus Et Fleur website. They actually have a gift guide where they specialize and choose probably 6 to 8 of their maybe top selling products. And basically it gives the audience or the customer a certain area to look at where they get to see, hey, it's Christmas. Let me see what they recommend as the gift guide. And then from there, you can choose. But what it really does is it helps the buyer, I guess, narrow down the choices and helps them basically make a
Gives
selection.
people ideas of what a great
yeah.
gift is. In addition, I don't know if you just spoke about this, they included a complimentary gift, so
Yes.
adding more value to the product,
Yep.
right? And I think that could be a limited time where they enter a code. As long as the product is over $199, they get complimentary gifts. So adding more value to that gift
Yep.
and giving someone more than just one
Yeah,
product.
of course, you want the person to feel like, hey, wow, this is a great gift. And you got me 2 of them. You spent that much money on me, especially at this luxurious brand. So it is a great concept. Definitely something that you can check out. If you go to their website, you can see the gift section and really kind of think about that technique and how it could work for you.
There's also tons of articles. We're not going really deep on this. Of how to really create a great gift guide for your brand.
Yep.
I would Google it, like creating gift guides for your e-commerce brand,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll get a lot of good takeaways, such as like don't list more than like 10 products in that
Yep.
page. You don't want to give them too much; you don't overwhelm it. You also want to name your gift guide some sort of thing. It could be like for a specific holiday or so forth. So it's a very limited time. It's for that specific purpose and so forth. So
that's psychology too. This is really a psychology. This is basically why narrowing down the gifts to only 6 to 8. You do not want to list all your inventory because it's basically the more options someone has, the less likely they are to then think that they're making the correct choice. So giving them a smaller number of options helps them limit down to a certain one and be like, oh, that one I like the best out of these 6. Let me go that one. And they buy. Because we all know too many options, people have hesitance then to buy. Exactly. So that's the psychology behind why not that many inventory items should be on the page.
sometimes less is more.
Less is more.
Yep. All right. Number 3, highlight press releases in some of your ad creatives. Venus Et Fleur, I've seen they did it with a few of their ad creatives where they say featured in Forbes. And that's the one I saw. I'm sure they've done a lot more
Ink,
than that.
I think I saw the one on ink.com.
Yep. So you're showing the creative. Let's say it's like a bouquet of flowers, but then it says featured on Forbes, especially if you're targeting a newer audience, not your existing customers, because you're trying to build that credibility. So it's a great way to build credibility.
Yep.
It's a known source, especially renowned publications like Forbes, Inc., and so forth. So if you're getting press releases, we talked about how to get PR in our previous podcast. I don't want to go too deep on
Yep.
it, but if you're getting those, if you're leveraging, if you have a PR network or someone, a publicist to help you get there, start leveraging and repurposing it into your content so people could feel more credible into buying your product.
Yep. And this is big for startup companies, for e-commerce companies. Obviously, people can't see in person, and startup companies, they've never heard of you until you become big like Venus Et Fleur. But you'll see that when you go to like new companies' websites at the bottom, you always say featured in. You'll see all the news articles or the websites or the news programs. That's why, because first, it's not only to market their products, but one of the hurdles that new companies have to deal with is they need to gain and create credibility for customers then to buy into their company and buy the product. So that is what if Forbes.com, Inc.com, say, or any magazines or things like that, that's why they do that. Just the psychology again behind it. Give credibility to a customer, they're more likely to buy from you.
Just more to show.
More to show.
You know, just show off a little bit sometimes. Sometimes
it.
you got to show off.
Sometimes. So number 4, right?
5.
No, 4. Yeah, you went first. I'm 2. You did 3. Now I'm 4.
Can we get this right?
No, maybe. Maybe at our 100th
This is
episode.
why you need to be.
All right, so separate responsibilities between your partners in the business. This is something that is not specific to Venus Et Fleur, but the Sunny and Seema, they talked about this greatly, that you need to set certain responsibilities when you have partners or you have different areas of a business. So when they talked about this, Seema is very good. She used to work in product design and packaging. So she handles all the creative and all the packaging and all the visuals for marketing, things like that, while Sunny is better at operations and handling supply chain, delivery, inventory, and things like that. So I thought this was really important because I've seen this a lot in my businesses. I know Sean has probably seen this as well. You always want to separate responsibilities and then let that person really be the final decision, or make that person handles and makes the decisions in that area. And you never want, as a CEO or as being the head or founder of a business, you need to trust the people to make the decisions that they were hired to in that direct area. There's nothing more dangerous than a CEO who thinks they know better than everyone else in all areas. It's dangerous. You can't have that.
And no one's saying not to listen. Listening is very important. You get
course.
people's feedback and so forth. That's how you adjust. You understand the consumer, or just by listening to your employees. Sometimes you get a lot of good insight. However, at the end of the day, the person that's responsible, that you've hired, or whoever hired, right, that is in that task, they need to make that decision, right? You got to stay in your lane sometimes. Sometimes if
You can't be good at everything.
Can't be good at everything, and if there's a mistake, that's fine. That person, that individual, will take that responsibility.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you let that decision maker, like Matt, you're in finance, right? You do for Sugar and Kush. You're the CFO, right? You do all the finances. No one's gonna step on your toes and say, "Hey, this is why we're supposed to do this." Maybe it'll give you some insight. But at the end of the day, you are taking the action, right? This is your role, right? When it comes to creative or marketing and so forth, you have other people doing it and so forth. So at the end of the day, you gotta make sure that if you're hiring people, this is the whole point, right? You want to delegate those tasks, so you're focused on your main role, which is growing your business, whatever it is, scaling, whatever you're good at. So with Seema, right, I believe she's into the creative side.
Creative side.
As you said, so very important.
It's very important. And you shouldn't be hiring people if you really can't let them make decisions either.
Yeah, you're not going to scale.
The reason you hire is so you can focus on the overall growth of the business and not micromanage. So,
Do you think a lot of our audience, especially our small businesses, right? So is that same thing with contracting work? Are we going to give them the power of a lot of?
Depends. I think it would depend on the skill set of the person. What is their background, how long they've been doing it for, and then how long the relationship has been. If this person's been contracting for you for a while, you know basically their skill set and what they provide. If it's a new contractor, I think you need to keep a closer eye on it and maybe work together in making sure they go down the right road to get exactly what you want. But that's my personal opinion. So I know you work with contractors more than I do. What do you see? Like when you do hire contractors?
I think you still need input, like even with the video creatives that I have produced, right? I'm not the one editing, but I have a lot of input when it comes to actually what I want to see and visualize. And I have like sometimes a huge like a Microsoft Word document of what I want to see, just give you some guidance, and then have the editor go ahead and actually deliver or design or develop what I'm looking for, and we'll just keep going multiple revisions based on what we're both satisfied for. So sometimes you have to do that, especially if you're working with contracting work and so forth, or if you're not working with a person right next to you. A lot of in today's world, especially, we're doing a lot of things remote. This is during COVID times, so, and this is like the future. I believe there's going to be a lot of remote work. So feedback is important, but at the end of the day, the one that's an expert in that field, let them take advantage. They want to be creative as well. If that in their creative field, let them be creative.
Yep, great point.
Is this number 5 now?
Number 5 on you.
Number 5, harness the power of celebrity / influencers, or strengthen your influencer marketing. But what I love what Venus did is they sent flowers to key celebrities like Cardi B, DJ Khaled, Gigi Hadid, and I'm sure a lot more people.
Yep.
And in addition, right, these are not even, I don't know if they're paid marketing. I don't think so. I think even what you're saying when we're talking about Cardi B, where Offset paid Venus Et Fleur, what was it, $15,000 to send her flowers, right? And the flowers was very customized, and it was, what did it say?
Said, "Take me back, Cardi." And he called them 3 hours. The whole story behind it real quick. I don't know if he cheated on Cardi B or whatever. She was at a concert somewhere, I think in LA. He was going to go on stage, surprise her, apologize to her. And he's like, let me spend $15,000 worth of Venus Et Fleur flowers. Let me call them. They said, yes, we'll do it. Customized it, delivered it on stage. And then he walked on and surprised Cardi B. And basically it went viral all over the place.
Think about why, when you're doing stuff like that, sometimes it's like a one-time gift, right? And I'm already thinking about that with Reborn, my art brand, right? I might send products. Actually, I am going to send products, customized canvases to key celebrities and just hopefully they'll post it. And I'm not gonna even actually sell that product, but my style is there and the brand is gonna get out there, hopefully, if they like it and so forth. So you're giving them something custom that no one else could get. In addition, it's like, whoa, this is great. Why wouldn't they take a picture of it and, tag you and whatever, or at least get some brand recognition, especially with them. Venus Et Fleur, they're very prominent in social media, like their box, their packaging, you just see the name there.
Yeah.
So it's obvious. But I think a lot of these celebrities tag the brand as well.
Yep.
With DJ Khaled, just before I digress from the point here, I think they sent him like an arrangement, but it looked like a key. So what he talks about is major key always, right?
Yep.
So he sent him that, and I believe he posted on Snapchat when Snapchat was huge, and it went viral. I mean, each time they sent it these celebrities, I don't know about each time, I'm sure they did.
Yeah, guys,
Hit and miss.
we're not gonna lie to you. This isn't easy. Every brand wants to get in front of a celebrity and have them post for you. So we're not saying it's possible, but when you're doing this, you need to be creative.
Especially if you have a product that could be customized like that.
Exactly, especially like that.
And you're obviously going to lose money sometimes, but sometimes it's like a gamble. It is. Sometimes you
huge
just got to
gamble.
build that relationship. You got to really understand that celebrity. You got to think they're like put your shoes in their shoes, right? Or is that put your feet in their shoes?
Yeah,
Something like
put your
that.
feet in their shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to understand what they want. Will they take a picture of it, or is this something just some boring thing? Flowers. Everybody loves flowers. So, but that could be in a lot of things. So you got to be creative, customize for that celebrity if you can, and then so forth. So definitely harness the power of celebrities because that could make your business succeed. It could really change your business overnight.
They sold out in like I think a day. When
Really?
I think it was like Chloe posted. I don't know what the order was, but like
Kardashian?
Chloe, then Kim, and then one of the other Kardashians posted because they sent flowers to the whole family on Instagram, and then they literally sold out in a day. Like it went absolutely viral.
And it was worth it.
So, and that was even before stories.
I think they
on
could actually. I
Instagram.
believe I actually saw this. They couldn't even. They were selling so much that they ran out.
Yeah,
Right.
they ran out. So.
Think smart.
Yep, think smart. And number 6, create limited time offers for holidays with multiple products. So this is something really cool. Let me explain a little bit about what they did. So if you're a kid, you have those, think about parents for Christmas or for Hanukkah or for Advent, you have those calendars that you literally peel open and there's usually a piece of candy in there. And for every holiday or every day of Hanukkah or every day of Advent or all of December,
What is Advent?
it's like a Catholic holiday. So any area, so you peel open the box and you get a piece of candy. So they took this idea and they created 12 Days of Roses, where it's basically a almost like a skinny shoebox. It's probably about a foot or two high, and they have a customized rose for all 12 days that you open up. And I think it was like $249, and they weren't sure. I think.
And this was only during the holidays?
I'm not sure when it was. Sonny came up with the idea. He wasn't sure when, or wasn't sure if it was going to work. Seema actually doubted him from what he said, and it sold out within the day. But I thought this was a great idea because it gives an idea for people to buy, again, for gifts. For holidays, people are always looking for gifts. It introduces people to multiple flowers and into the brand.
It's like samples.
Yeah, and it's a limited time offer, and it's a very prestige brand. So it was a knockout idea. And let's look, I was looking at it, and me and Sean were looking at the Google. Who just launched the same thing in September? Kylie Makeup. So she does, I think it was 20 or 30 days, or maybe it's 12 as well, but she has each one of her makeup things in that Kylie heart.
So they're just sample sizes.
Yeah, they're smaller sizes. You can do the real size. I mean, for them, it's $249. That's a high price tag, but they are a luxury brand. So Kylie copied it. Or I'm not sure. I know Venus Et Fleur went first, so Kylie's doing it as well now. But this is a great way to introduce your brand, a gift set as well, increase your average order value. It's just numerous things and first of all, this is a huge thing, especially for marketing. People are going to post that all over social media, both on Kylie's, and then they posted it all over Venus Et Fleur. It was a great marketing idea as well. So there you're hitting every check mark in terms of what you're looking for an idea or a product. So
Is it a thing like 12 Days of Christmas? Is that where it's coming from?
yeah, I think so.
First day of
Christmas,
Okay,
yep.
good. I just need to clarify that.
Yep.
I think it's a great idea. I think it could work for a lot of brands. I'm trying to think how it would work in mine. You got to be creative at the end of the day. See how you could implement it. But what they had and we were showing me is like their packaging is beautiful. So it's like it looks like a big calendar.
looks like
a big calendar, but it's like.
Yeah, it's almost like a jewelry box,
Yeah,
kind
that's
of,
what it
but
looked like.
a shoebox or a jewelry box. It's gorgeous. Everything by them
And
is
it was just
designed
one
perfectly.
flower. Right? It was one rose.
One rose, yeah, in
for each day.
Yep.
That's great. Now think about that. You're giving basically a sample size or like a set for consumers to say, oh, I like this color, I like this color, I like this color, right? These are just very small sets. You could do it even for your brand you were talking about, possibly.
Different ideas, ideas there. But like they can put all these 12 flowers all over the house, spread them out in every other room. They can give them away as gifts. Just there's multiple options here. So I just love that idea. Haven't seen that before. So
Are you gonna give me that for Christmas?
am I going to give you that for Christmas?
Yeah.
We'll see if you make the list.
Come on, man. This is a great gift.
Oh, we'll see.
All right. I think we're done.
I think we're all set, guys.
Guys, I hope you liked this episode. This was episode 27. If you did, give us a 5-star rating. If you're listening to it on iTunes, if you're watching this on YouTube and so forth, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe for more weekly content. Sometimes I'm a little digressing, Matt. That's my fault. Not being on a scheduled basis, but I'm trying to publish every Wednesday. So stay tuned. And if you have any questions, you could tweet at mscopac, right?
Yep.
And or at Sean_Azari, or just go in the comments on YouTube. Leave your questions. Let us know how we can help you. And looking forward to seeing you next week. I don't have my pen with me, but
it's all right.
See you soon.